Good God.
It's too much.
It's a too much.
Calm down, Hanya Yanagihara.
Calm down.
Calm down.
Hey, this is Megan.
And Sue in the restricted section.
Today we're going to be doing a review on A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara.
Yeah, and we're drinking White Rascal from Avery Brewing Company. It's a Belgian style white ale. Spicy, a little spicy.
It is a little, like, floral and spicy.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright.
Anyway, so A Little Life is kind of, it's been around BookTube.
It's made its rounds.
It's made its rounds. It's, did it win the Man Booker Prize?
I don't know.
I don't know if it says Man Booker Prize finalist on here, but I don't remember if it won or not.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
But it follows 4 friends, all male, living in New York. Starts out when they're in college and follows them throughout adulthood. And the main character is Jude.
Right. He's the friend that the author focuses most on, and the rest of the story and the rest of the lives of the friends kind of revolve around what happens with him.
Right. And he has gone through some trauma.
Some shit.
Some shit.
Some shit.
In his past, mostly in his childhood. And it's affected him not only mentally, emotionally,
Physically.
but also physically. Yeah. So, thoughts on this book?
This book was rough to read.
It was rough. It was.
First of all, it's long. It's like 720 pages.
No, it's like 814.
Is it really?
Yeah. You read it on ebook, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, it's 800. This copy is 814 pages.
Okay, so it's long as fuck. Basically. Long as fuck.
Long as fuck.
So that in itself is a little bit daunting.
Yeah, and for the most part, the length didn't bother me. Like, I got through this book pretty fast, but I was bedridden at the time. This was when my back was totally fucked and I could barely move. I read this book, and it made me feel a little better because my pain was nothing compared to Jude's. But
That's fair. That is fair.
But, yeah, I got through it pretty quickly, but the last little bit of it, like, last 200 or 300 pages was kind of a chore for me. I was kind of like, why isn't this over yet?
I agree. I feel like this book could have been like a 500-page book and been complete.
Yeah, probably. And, yeah, let's talk about what happens to Jude.
Oh, let's talk about what happens to Jude.
Sweet Jesus.
I mean, after a certain point, I really got the feeling that Jude's just the author's whipping boy. Like, Jesus fuck.
Kind of. It was excessive.
Leave him alone. It was excessive.
It was unnecessary.
And I will say, this might be kind of spoilery, but I'm going to try to make it not, so just warning. The way that the author depicts Jude, like his behavior and his emotional state, the choices that he makes, is congruent with somebody who went through what he did as a child. It is understandable that he would seek out, people, or not necessarily, not seek out, but that he would find himself being taken advantage of again. Because for some reason, people who've been abused and abusers find each other. I don't know why, but it happens. So it's conceivable. Like, some of the things that happen to him, I get.
Yeah, but some of them are definitely
excessive. Right. Yes.
Yeah.
So I think the author did a good job depicting that emotional state, and the behaviors were right for someone who, had gone through that level of trauma, but Jesus fuck. Can we maybe cut the poor guy a break?
Yeah. Yeah. And I have to say, there's one part that specifically bothered me because this is spoilery as well.
Warning.
But at one point, Jude is, when he's 14 at the time, and he's hitchhiking, trying to get to Boston, and he's prostituting himself to all of these truck drivers that pick him up. And I was kind of pissed off that every single truck driver he came across was apparently a sexual predator.
Like, nobody is going to be like, hey, kid, Why are you doing this to yourself?
I was like, on behalf of all truck drivers, I was kind of offended.
That's
because
fair.
I know some truck drivers, and they're nice people.
They're good
I'm
people.
like, I feel like at least one truck driver, when this 14-year-old boy offered to have sex with him, would have been like, let me help you.
Let's
like,
call
no,
someone.
and let me help you.
Right.
You know? Like, I thought that part kind of pissed me off a little bit. I was like, I feel like somebody would have said something or done something.
One would think.
I would hope.
Right. I would certainly hope.
I don't know. And then the Dr. Trailer situation was, I think,
super
it
fucked.
was over the top.
Very
as
much
well.
so. Yes.
Because that was not anything, like, that was like a chance meeting.
Yeah, and so that was over the top. What I felt like was congruent with his experience was when he ended up in that relationship with Caleb.
Right.
That makes sense. People who have been abused wind up in abusive relationships.
Right.
That happens. But yeah, the Dr. Trailer thing was incredibly excessive.
Yeah. And I mean, I understand partly why she did that, because it explained his distrust of psychologists, like why he wouldn't go to a therapist. But it was just...
It was too
so
much.
It was so fucked up.
Super fucked up. Like, way, way fucked up. And what pissed me off about the book was that, okay, I'm a mental health professional. That's my field, that's my area, and as such, I have an obligation to, if someone is suicidal, homicidal, self-harming, whatever, whether they're my friend or not, I have an ethical obligation to report that and to get them help and get them treatment. I was really irritated with all these people in Jude's life who kept making excuses like, oh, we're friends, oh, he'll never forgive me, da-da-da-da-da. That pissed me the fuck off.
Especially Andy.
Especially
because
Andy.
He's a doctor.
Yes, and so, I mean, that's fucked.
Yeah, that being said, I did really enjoy the author's writing style.
It was beautifully written.
Yeah.
It was.
I really liked her writing style, and I would be interested in reading something else.
Oh, for sure.
By her. She's a female, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So, and I think she has like one other book that I know of. I think it says it back here. Something about a tree.
The People in the Trees. Okay.
So, you know, maybe I might pick up The People in the Trees and see how that goes, because her writing was beautiful.
It was really well written. But Jesus Christ, can you please cut Jude a break? Come on.
And it just to the point that it wasn't, and I mean, I feel kind of hesitant to say this, because I'm like, I know that there are people out there who have gone through some awful shit, and I don't know what that's like. I've been lucky that I haven't had to go through any of that, but it seemed to the point that it wasn't believable anymore.
Right.
And some of it, because it was just so much. And like we said, there was things like Dr. Trailer was just like a chance meeting.
Right.
Well, that was the right name, right?
Trailer?
Something like that.
Yeah.
But that was, like a chance meeting that, I mean, I know that happens.
Right.
But given what had already happened to Jude, it was just like...
Did that also need to happen to him?
Then there's something else that happens at the end. We won't completely spoil it. We've already spoiled a lot of things.
We spoiled a lot of things, but yeah.
But there's something happens at the end that's like, come on.
It's just so needless. Like, can you just let this guy have just a few years of peace and happiness?
Yeah.
Please.
Which I guess he had a few.
I guess.
He did have a few, but not enough.
No. Not enough.
Not nearly enough.
And it's, it was kind of emotionally exhausting to read.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And some of the characters, like JB was a pretty unlikable character, I thought. JB was like, he pissed me off a few times.
He was incredibly unlikable.
Yeah. I liked Malcolm and Willem. And Jude was frustrating, but like you said, his behavior was... Understandable, but he was frustrating because he would not accept help from anybody. He did have huge, understandable trust issues.
Oh, yeah.
But, he just... And then, yeah, it just was so, it was too much, because it was every person that he opened up to.
Fucked him over.
No, didn't fuck him over. Usually they died.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, it's fucked up. There was one scene in particular that I had to put it down, and then I had to, like, somebody hug me.
One thing that made me realize, too, that I wasn't super into this book was that I'm a crier. Mm-hmm. And I did cry in this book, but not nearly as much as I should have, I feel. Like, I mostly, like, just kind of, like, welled up a little. And, like, what happens in this book, I should have been bawling.
Yeah.
But it was just, like, to the point that I was so exhausted by these characters.
Like, oh God, you just
and by what was happening that I was just like, of course that happened.
Why wouldn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah. So, there was just something not connecting there for me, I think.
It was too much. Like, it lost its...
It wasn't, I don't know. Like, at first it was shocking, and then it was just like, because, like, I told you, I totally called the one thing that happens toward the end. I was like, I called that was going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Because why not?
Why wouldn't it? Right? It's just so, like, you just get desensitized to it. You're, like, reading so much of it that you're like, okay.
Yeah. You're like, what else can we do to Jude?
Are we going to light him on fire? Push him off a building?
He does light himself on fire at one point.
He does.
Oh, we shouldn't be laughing at this, but
that's
seriously.
But for real.
He lights himself on fire.
Yeah, he does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all in all, I think we both gave this 3 stars because
goddamn, yeah.
Yeah, because, like, the writing was really good, but the book itself, it wasn't bad, but it was just, like, I don't know, it was just too much. Calm down.
Okay, everybody calm down.
Yeah, so I think we were kind of in the middle. This book has been kind of polarizing for people, and I think
we both
kind of skated in the middle there.
Definitely.
Yeah. But yeah, that's our thoughts on A Little Life.
Yeah.
A little much.
A little much. Approach with caution.
Yeah.
A little soul crushing.
Oh. Yeah. So let's talk about this beer.
This beer.
Devilish. I can't
Deviously.
Oh, deviously delicious. I thought it said devilishly delicious. Well, it makes sense. Either one.
Devil guy on there. Is he naked?
Is his pee-pee out? No, I don't think so.
I can see his butt.
Yeah, he might be naked, but you can't see his bits and pieces.
All right. So what do we think of this beer?
I like it.
Mhm. I do too. It's crisp and refreshing.
It is. It says ale brewed with spices, and it is a little spicy.
A little bit, but not like that.
Spice to it, but not like burning like that.
Oh God.
Chili, whatever that was.
Yeah, that was a nightmare.
Yeah, but this is delightful. I like it.
I like it as well.
Would recommend.
Yes. Get you some of this.
All right, so that's gonna be it for us today. As usual, there'll be information below where you can find us other places online. And
if you're not already subscribed, do it.
Do it.
Do it.
And tomorrow we'll have the sexual positions tag out.
Oh my.
So look forward to that. And thanks everyone for watching.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.